The June 2nd election could decide whether Amazon moves to Humboldt. The company applied for a permit to build a warehouse next to the airport, but Amazon received a rude welcome at an April 29th meeting.
Raise your hand if you don't support Amazon coming into our communities.
Nearly every commenter blasted Amazon's proposal to build a last-mile delivery station and parking lot. The 32-foot-high, 40,000-square-foot warehouse will be roughly a third of the size of this Target in Eureka. The delivery station will expedite deliveries to Humboldt customers because orders sorted and dispatched locally will bypass distant urban hubs.
We don't have traffic there right now. You don't have to work about getting your trucks in and out at certain hours because right now we don't have traffic in that area, but we will when Amazon comes in.
Amazon Web Services, AWS, has evolved from amassing a vast amount of personal information about consumers, and the Immigration and Customs Enforcement pays AWS to store, sort, analyze, and share huge amounts of information. They use this to track, spy on, pursue, arrest, imprison, and deport immigrants.
Is this going to be the next data center for Amazon? Data centers can use as much water as 10,000 people. And when I moved to the area, we weren't able to get onto the town water supply because there wasn't enough water. Meanwhile, we're going to put a big warehouse in this area.
What we don't need is people like Jeff Bezos, a man with a vested interest in continuing to make our country a worse place for the working class while getting rich off of our labor.
Roughly half of the warehouse's 227 employees will work full-time and likely make between $20 to $23 an hour with medical benefits. The other half will work as flexible scheduled drivers.
Jobs are very minimal and they're going to be phased out in 5 to 10 years most likely. My little brother worked in a distribution center and he was surrounded by entirely robots and there were only like a few other humans there.
This is a last mile delivery station that is going to be built in 2 years. We're not going to replace workers at a last mile delivery station with robots.
In Troutdale, Oregon, at an Amazon warehouse, a worker dropped dead. His fellow workers were told to continue their work around his body for over an hour until paramedics arrived. One coworker who tried to assist with CPR was told by her supervisor she was not allowed to and to get back to work.
That's actually misinformation. There were 3 internal medical team associates that had CPR training that was there to attend to the unfortunate individual who passed away due to other medical conditions that that employee already had. And so the whole goal was to protect the privacy and space of that individual so that trained CPR professionals could provide the assistance.
Where has worker safety gone?
As singing protesters greeted arrivals, commenters demonized Amazon's executive as an outsider.
You don't even know this county.
The people here might seem quaint or small town to you. I'm sure it's a lot different than what you are used to, but our opinions and our struggles are no less valuable.
I would like to know if there's anything the county is offering to entice big companies. We'd rather have small businesses that are local.
We have not asked for an incentive associated with this project and will not ask for an incentive associated with this project.
Okay.
We're here so we can be closer to our customers.
Part of any development is increased property tax because now there's development on the site. And most of the property tax does go to the schools, keep in mind. If this didn't have the name Amazon on it, would it be such a volatile discussion?
There's a 20% increase of nitrogen dioxide when a warehouse moves into town, which is associated with pediatric asthma, developmental delays, cardiovascular disease, death. Fossil fuels have been identified as the greatest threat to children and children's health. You reported to the Lost Coast Outpost that you expect 542 daily trips regularly and 828 daily trips during seasonal year.
As part of the environmental impact report, there will be an air quality study done that focuses on the traffic, the types of vehicles that are being used, the times, as well as the neighboring environment.
Then the EIR will identify those measures that can be taken to minimize those impacts.
The EIR, or Environmental Impact Report, will evaluate the project's impact on coastal resources bounded in red. However,
socioeconomic impacts are not environmental impacts unless they result in a degradation of the environment. Typically, those are not evaluated in an EIR.
Socioeconomic impacts include, for example, Amazon's pay scale or automation of its warehouses.
This is going to be a focused EIR to really evaluate the things that are more current issues that were not addressed in the same manner either in the previous 2017 general plan, the 2002 McKinleyville Community Plan, or the EIR that was done for the McKinleyville Business Park when it was developed.
Those documents call for a warehouse in this field where Amazon plans to build. In the meantime, next month, the public can start guiding the county's environmental analysis. After the EIR, or Environmental Impact Report, is released, the county's Planning Commission will grant or reject Amazon's application for a coastal development permit. That decision will likely be appealed to the Board of Supervisors, who in practice have final say. 2 supervisors represent constituents whose majority likely opposes the project. 2 supervisors represent supporters. The 5th supervisor represents McKinleyville. But Steve Madrone is not seeking re-election. One of 2 candidates will likely replace him before the Amazon appeal reaches the board.
I'm neither for or against Amazon. I miss a time when we had a thriving local economy and we didn't all buy things off the internet, but unfortunately enough people in this community are purchasing things off of Amazon that they've decided to come here and build a last mile distribution hub. The Amazon building is principally permitted by right development in an already established airport subdivision. It is in fact exactly where the county would like that type of building. My hope would be that the planning department will ask for a community benefits agreement, voluntary, and see if Amazon's willing to be a good community member or if they're just here to deliver packages.
The idea of community benefits agreement came up months ago in a McKinleyville Municipal Advisory Committee meeting. It is something, as supervisor, I would definitely work to make sure is a part of a deal with Amazon.
Large companies frequently sign community benefit agreements to quell opposition to their projects. For example, Amazon could commit to paying prevailing wages during construction or to fund parks and community organizations. But suspicion would likely linger.
People are shopping at Amazon. It robs us of tax dollars. We need to shop locally. That's how we support local business. That's how sales tax benefits us all. Amazon is opposed to union jobs, but it's true. This is private property that's governed by county rules, and it is a principally permitted use.
It's unclear whether supervisors will evaluate the project based solely on its impact on coastal resources, or if they'll also consider socioeconomic objections. Regardless, until June 2nd, North and East County voters are selecting the supervisor who could cast a tie-breaking vote, deciding whether Amazon moves to Humboldt. Eric Black, Arcata News, McKinleyville.